To help us look more deeply at what can and should be done to stop the spread of lies and hate online is Taylor Owen. He's professor of media ethics and communication at McGill University. Taylor, thanks for joining us. I know you think we need to invest in digital literacy too. That's one component of all of this, of course. But I want to focus tonight on regulation. Should social media companies be allowed to regulate themselves at all anymore?
I think no. I think they've proven time and time again that they have created a product that, while tremendously valuable and able to scale their business models for them globally, has a whole range of negative externalities in our society. They're causing some negative things inside our democracies, and that is exactly the type of thing for which we have governments.
And why are governments so slow to regulate, or at least put in rules that require some transparency when it comes to things like digital election advertising, so Canadians know who's paying for a political ad when they see it on Facebook or Instagram? Why is it taking so long to regulate?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, partly because it's really complicated, right? Like, these companies, these big digital global platforms are publicly traded private monopolies with incredibly profitable business models and shareholders who demand continued growth. And they extend so far into our lives that regulating them isn't just a matter of one thing. It involves a whole suite of different policies to get at these set of problems. But the other piece is that for a very long time, these companies have been selling the argument that in order to create all the positive things that they do, the free speech, the connecting us, the digital economy that they provide, the innovation that they stimulate, that they cannot be regulated. That regulation would hinder all of those positive things that we all know exist on these platforms. I think increasingly, though, that's just untenable, and governments are frankly fed up with these platforms promising to self-regulate, promising to deal with these harms that are increasingly clear on their platforms, and not doing it. So we're in a moment where governments are revisiting that relationship.
Do we even know the extent of the threat in Canada? Who exactly is exploiting our social media ecosystem and who could interfere in an election?
Yeah. We don't have a great idea, in part because we actually haven't been monitoring and studying this space in the same way they have in other countries, which is something we have to change as well. But what we do know is what has happened in every single democratic election over the past number of years. There's a very similar pattern of foreign governments engaging and seeking to divide citizens against each other during an election, of political parties and activists using the very tools that are designed into these platforms to manipulate voters, to suppress votes, to micro-target people with ads that are designed to change their behavior in very sophisticated ways. So there's a common set of activities that have emerged in election after election after election, and there's no reason to believe Canada's immune from that.
All right, Professor Taylor Owen in Vancouver, thanks.
Thank you, appreciate it.